And we can get started. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. We're going to go live on Facebook too. Oh, or not, because it's taking me to a different window. All right, we still have people jumping on, guys. Let's just let everybody into the room. I have a couple co-hosts, Peter, and I'll make Ninja a co-host. Guys, I love working with such an incredible family who operates as like the best dream team in the whole wide world. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are at 6 o'clock sharp. Welcome to our call to this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited to have you here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fasana Patel, and I have the privilege of hosting our call this evening. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you all to our presenter for this evening. If it weren't for this incredible man, none of us would know about the amazing opportunity that we're here to present to you today. Dr. Obom Bowen, as you can see on the screen, is one of the international brand ambassadors for our company. And like I mentioned, we are all really excited to be here, especially to be pioneering and part of the leadership of this amazing organization. You know, just a little bit of context as to how we all got here. I like to call it divine orchestration because I don't believe in coincidences. And if you are on this call, that means that you are someone who takes your leadership in life seriously. It means you are someone who is enthusiastic about personal development and growth. It means that you are someone who enjoys just life in general and wants to work with a team of people who you can actually leverage, who you can actually learn from, grow with, and really truly make a positive and significant difference in our world. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic to my mentor, my dear friend and business partner, Dr. O. Take it away.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Fasana. What a pleasure it is, and happy Thursday, everyone. It's such an awesome pleasure to be on and sharing with you guys today. And I'm absolutely, well, flabbergastedly excited to share this information with you. And, you know, before we jump into it, I'd be remiss if I didn't say a few kind words about this beautiful young lady that just, you know, asked me and passed me over to you on, passed the baton with you on here today. So we love to have fun. We're going to have fun. And I have an amazing, beautiful surprise for each and every one of you on here today. I love surprises, and I love actually giving surprises. It's even more fun when you give, and because when you give, you receive also, and no one can take that away from you. So let's just jump right into it. Ms. Fasana Patel is the CEO of Global Operations for the newest company I've launched. We've partnered together just over a year ago, and about 9 months ago, we gave birth to the Outcomes and Breakthrough Mastermind. And why is that even relevant to what we're doing here is because we were actually traveling around the world. And honey, can I have a bottle of water? Thank you. We were traveling around the world every weekend. And yeah, that's not part of the presentation, by the way. I'm just thirsty, so you need to hydrate properly. We were traveling around the world every weekend. We were in a different country or a different state, sharing a lot of the same information that I put on the platform for this company. And here's why that actually became very exciting to the both of us. Number one, my wife, whom I love very dearly, told me, well, honey, it's time for you to find a way to put the work you're doing on a platform so you don't have to be gone every weekend. And why was that important? Because we also have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter who is asleep right now. Because if she wasn't, you'd be seeing her running back and forth because she wants daddy time. But right now she's knocked out. And my wife said, I didn't give birth to this child to raise her myself. So find a way to make it happen. So when ASCIRA came into my life, I said, this is an opportunity to be able to visit the world without getting on an airplane, and still gives me time to not sleep on the couch and honor my wife's wishes. So with that being said, Fasana and I agreed to take a look at ASCIRA, and she said yes to the opportunity of ASCIRA. So I'm very excited because she's just been accepted to have her information on our platform, which will make sense to those of you who are here as a content provider, you're someone, maybe you're a speaker, author, trainer, entrepreneur, just like the entire leadership team I have here. Next up, Asana, is Mr. Vinny Cochran, who's been a mentor of mine, 30 years in the military. And to the right of him, the woman in the red jacket, Miss Annie Koshi, with that smile for days, is known as the Digital Ninja. She is really one of the most successful entrepreneurs of a woman that you would ever see. And I'm so excited. That's what I'm like going through it. I'm so excited. Anyways, and then there's Stephanie Boland. She's pretty much my adopted daughter. And she didn't know it up until the beginning of this year. But she's one of the most talented young ladies that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. Besides her background in nutrition, she was an international bodybuilder, believe it or not, a barrel racer, and a Guinness World Record holder. And to her right is my dear friend and brother from another mother, who is just as aerodynamic as I am. As you notice on the screen, all the women have beautiful heads of hair and the men have none. It's just how we roll around here. 50% here, 50% not. So if you are ready, say I'm ready, and we'll jump right into the information. I just wanted to briefly introduce you all to our leadership team here and some of my dear friends who will all have their information on the platform. But before we actually jump into it, here's what I want to do. I want to take just about 2 minutes to show you exactly what we're talking about so you can see and feel exactly why we're here today, sharing with you with all this excitement. So let's take 2 minutes and do that right now. So I am absolutely excited about what you all just saw. And if you're just as excited as I am, this is what we're going to jump into over the course of the next few minutes. And I'm just going to kind of break down that video you just saw piece by piece and go through. And for those of you who don't know, I have an amazing surprise for everyone here that, well, you'll enjoy before we get done. So let me just jump right into it. If you just jump on, because I saw a lot of folks now jumping on, ASCIRA is the world's only social lifestyle learning community. And when I say that, you'll see why here in the first half, because I'm going to talk about two things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is for those of you who are joining on, if you're a speaker, if you're an author, if you're an entrepreneur, and you're looking to brand yourself globally and not spend thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it, and you'd like to be, well, right now, ASCIRA is in 55 different countries since we launched on the 1st of March. Now, why is this important? Because ASCIRA in January pretty much laid out the groundwork for what we will become as the world's leading authority on online education, training, and development. And that was just one of the 5 different platforms we tied into. So we're basically the Netflix to education, change and development and growth. We've coupled that with 4 other categories, which I'll break down later on. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of context before we jump into the content. So who are we? We are, like I said, an on-demand streaming platform that provides content by top authors, speakers, and leaders like the majority of you that are on here today, but you get a chance to do 2 things. Number 1, brand and market yourself if you're accepted through our process. And number 2, earn a significant amount of income with us building a business if you choose to do that as well. So let's jump into it a bit, telling you a little bit about us and who we are, because we're creating more of a conscious connected world and teaching people how to become the greatest versions of themselves. And how are we doing that? Using it with a lot of your information. Look at some of our experts that are on here already, world-renowned experts that if you go and you Google the names you see here, bless you, if you can find and get to connect with them at the fraction of the cost that it's going to cost you here to partner with us. That handsome gentleman looking into the future there is our founder and CEO, Mr. John Sartoris, and we'll be sharing more about our social lifestyle community here. So let's take a virtual dive into the back end of that website and see what it looks like. So to become one of our content providers, what we're doing is we're looking to take you and your work and turn your knowledge into profits using our proven strategies, because in the last 5 months, we've helped so many individuals who have partnered with us, over 6,000 already, to grow a different business. But more so, a few hundred content providers, few are in the process right now of being accepted. And ASCIRA is giving the content providers a highly passionate, most of you are, as a matter of fact, highly passionate about your work, just as I am with mine. So we're giving you a highly passionate avenue to put it on a platform with right now over 55 countries, and we're growing. There's only 195 countries in the world, if you're counting, and I am. So you get a chance to grow your brand, inspire the world, but most importantly, you get a chance to join our community. Now, why is this important? Because there's no other company in the world that gives you access to their client base. And that's exactly what we're doing. So here's some more of the professionals. You saw some of them in the video. These are some of the frequently asked questions. I'm going to run through them real fast because the surprise that I have for you will cover some of this, but I just want to get to this surprise really fast. I'm not saying who it is, but anyway, so first questions, people normally ask us, how do they get on the platform? Well, there's an application process you go through, and you have to go through one of us. Who's one of us? One of the individuals that's already working with the company. So if you're on here and you want to know the person that invited you on today, if you'd like to be looked at, and if you'd like to go through the application process to be on our platform, connect back to the person that invited you. But how long should your course be is one of the typical questions we have. And it's anywhere from 180 to 220 minutes of content. That's basically 20 video modules with 10 minutes a piece of each module when you're going through. So when you look at submitting what's called your digital audition, your digital audition is simply just a video sharing basically who you are, your experience, your passion, and some of your adversities, how you overcame them, but then you're describing the content with the value that you are seeking to place on our platform. And our content review board is going to go through your information and the information that you submit. We're going to research you from everything, simply from your content, from your social media plugins, your website. And once you're accepted, all those things come in useful for us to put you back in touch with our community. How powerful is that? Zero marketing on your behalf, because we're going to do the work for you. Right? And what are some of the benefits of being a content provider? Well, let me just sum it up this way. Besides being branded right now in every country that we are, 55 of them, and the remaining countries that we'll go to in the next 10 years, 195 for the world, then you may be like I was, geared towards North America. But I started focusing on Asia and India. As a matter of fact, Fasani and I started in that realm, focusing on Europe. We went out to London, did an event there, and then really solidify what we were looking to do. And the very next day, the ASCIRA opportunity came up, and obviously we couldn't say no to that. So how long does it actually take for the approval process? Well, pretty much up to about 30 days. There's so many other professionals like yourself that are submitting their packages every single day, but our content provider board, the review board, is going through the information on a daily basis. So they're taking their time and going through. Why? Because on our platform, it's not like Udemy. It's not like YouTube, where anybody can just put information up. And it's not someone with their cell phone shooting it. You're going and you're put in front of an actual professional camera crew and shot in Hollywood quality of content. So do you get remuneration? Well, the remuneration that you get is a chance to market to our community and have a chance to connect with them if they need follow-on help from your course or services that you have in our community. And then who'll be looking at your application? Well, simply, as I said before, our amazing content review board that's here. So here's what I want to do. Surprise, surprise for everyone. One of the founding members of our content review board is on here today. And I just want to introduce this gentleman to take some of his time out of the day to share with each and every one of you, none other than Emmy Award-winning producer, actor, and all-time entrepreneur. This gentleman is no stranger to pressure, to camera, to Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than my good friend and mentor, Mr. Travis Fox. Travis, are you there with us today, buddy?
I am, Doc. How are you, brother? Good to see you. I love your intro, by the way. I wish you were my agent when I was younger and had hair.
I know. You know, if I was any better, Travis, I would be just as good looking as you. And look at that suit. It's so sexy and fly, right? But, you know, Travis, I really just wanted to introduce you to everyone today to just share a little bit about the process, because you're on the review board.
Yep.
Just tell us a little bit about, you know, who we're looking for, the quality of folks and content, and what's happening. And then what's the future for ASCIRA content providers? What does that look like, Travis?
Great. Thanks, Dr. O. Thanks, everyone, for being here, and for all of you who are passionate about taking education to the next level. And I want to really stress that as we move into some of the dynamics that are happening as we go into the next 60 days, when we go for this massive explosion that's going to happen in the world that's already happening. I can tell you that Dr. O is correct. I spend now what used to be most of my days working on the architect side and working with Dr. O on the side. I now spend most of my day in the academy. We are getting wonderful applications around the world. And I want to be really crystal clear. This is not just for English speaking. In fact, we're looking for people who are multilingual. We are a global community. And as Dr. O said, think Netflix for personal development across any topic. And when I say any topic, I don't mean just personal development, self-transformation. We have great speakers and trainers coming in. I know I'm heading off to Colorado next week to do capture and produce and direct for of some of the content providers that have already been invited and approved into the ASCIRA Academy, and then more coming this month. So I'm spending most of my time now producing and directing and capturing, and amazing things from Qigong masters all the way to Mr. Universe teachers to people that have really taught about how do we deal with parenting, divorce. We're really dealing with teaching from a perspective unlike before, where it's, hey, just watch a video and I hope to gosh you get it. This is about education. Now, all of us went through learning. Dr. O and I mean, he and I are kindred brothers from literally from another mother. You know, obviously he's a lot smarter than I am, you know, but I got the looks. So, you know, not everything's perfect in this world. I say that respectfully, Mrs. Don't hit me. I know you both are tough as nails. The whole point of that is we all went through learning. Every one of you went through a learning process. You would commonly call that school, middle school, high school, university, post-grad. No different than, you know, Doc and I did as well. That's learning. This is about education. I want to be really crystal clear. If you want to get up there and just regurgitate something that you heard from somebody else, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about developing you as a teacher, trainer, educator, motivational speaker in a modularized form so that anybody in the world can consume your information from beginning to end in a story arc of where they're going from these 1 to 20. And I want to touch on that point real quick, Dr. O. When you hear Dr. O say it's going to be 20 modules at 10 minutes each, those aren't hard lines in the sand, but it needs to be at least 20 or more. We have some content providers that are doing level ascension. So I want you to think bigger. Now, you have a great mentor with Dr. O, and I know many of you on this call have come from my invites myself and from wherever you're coming around the world, but I want you to think ascension. if you're just giving us one, I'm going to push you. When you come through the approval process, excuse me, we're going to invite you to look at 2, 3, 4, because education isn't just about giving 1 through 20. It's about 40, 60, 80, 100 pieces of content. And as Dr. O is going to explain in a couple of things, we want that from you, because that Ascension model is how you're going to build a global brand. ASCIRA is going to help you do it in a way that's never been done before, because modularizing how we teach is completely interactive. We're taking it to the next level. So as you go through the content review process, yes, Dr. O is correct. It has to go through either one of the brand ambassadors, which he clearly is one, or directly through the board. You also will be developing a link where you can submit right directly to it. All the board members, including myself, will immediately see your application. We'll immediately look at your invite video. And let's talk about the invite video. I want to be really crystal clear about this. It doesn't have to be 29 minutes long, family. Realistically, there are, and I say this respectfully, there's one of me and a lot of you. So in my years of being in film and television, literally in 3 minutes, if you can invite yourself and say who you are, tell us what you do, what your passion is, what's the journey that your user is going to come on, that's all we're really looking for. I can usually tell within a minute or two how to frame you and what your message is about. That also lets the rest of my fellow board members and the brand ambassadors know, and of course, Mr. John Secretouris, the CEO, and Belinda Lee, the COO, okay, this individual is serious, they're committed, and they're ready to take their brand to the next level. Even if you're not a full-time professional, but you have the dream of doing it, you have a message, and you've done a story arc, we can help do that and develop that as you go. And that's a key. It's a key. Now, it doesn't mean you have to come in, lock, stock, ready to rock, but part of it means you at least know the message of what you want to do. And that invite video gives us a really good clue that you're at least comfortable with the camera, you know what you're going to talk about, and I get a real good idea of you as a content provider, how we're going to frame this. Some people are really good educators, like Dr. O, 10 times better educator than I'll ever be. Killer, right? But on stage, I'm funny as hell compared to him. So,
I'm not
as sexy Dr. O, don't be
Travis. I'm not as sexy, so we're not going to go
Oh, stop it. You're killing me, Smalls. Okay, so let's look at that together. Both of us are educators. Both of us are entertainers. What is really going to help your brand grow, fam, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you the secret to being an amazing brand expose on ASCIRA is an edutainer, right? People learn in emotional states. Dr. O can take you further than that, but let me just make it simple. They learn in emotional states. So if you're entertaining and educating them, they're going to love you. So let us look at that from that point of view when you send the video in. You're going to go through the process. It's going to ask you to give us an idea of what you're going to talk about. Give us the invite video. It immediately goes to the board. We all look at it. If we all immediately give you an immediate vote, we're going to schedule a call with you right away to start going, okay, you know what, Dr. O, we love what you're talking about. We love how you do leadership training. We love how you do team development. Now let's talk about what you're going to do. We're going to get an idea. We're going to look at some of the wardrobe ideas. We're going to look at a set. We're going to set up a location, and then we're going to come film you. And if it's in North America, there's a high degree of probability it'll be myself or one of my other board members who will actually come and produce and direct you personally. So yes, I will be on the set. I will be working with you, and I'll help you guide this through, because it's not just about regurgitating information. It's about truly changing people's lives. And what's going to make this ASCIRA Academy continue to grow like it already has is you. You who understand that it is now education with entertainment. Now, I don't mean, again, like mean Bozo the Clown. I mean, engage the audience. There's a difference between a live stage, doing something live on a social media platform, and doing something in a training capacity. What's going to set you apart, and I want you to think about this, especially if you're listening to Dr. O and his entire team about how they're going to guide you through this so it gets to us, is think from that level. Remember, you're talking to a camera, but the person watching you wants to be engaged, wants to know what you're teaching them, and wants to enjoy the experience with you. So put that in your head, and when you remember it, know that that's what we're going to be looking for when we come to the set. Dr. O, I turn it back to you, brother.
Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Travis, thank you so much for that education, because I was educated and entertained all at the same time.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Travis, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. And that was really my main goal and objective for asking Travis for being on here, sharing with you all today, because, I can go through a lot of the information and I can show you what's there, but to hear it from someone who's actually on the other side, what he's actually looking for is important for you. So once you're accepted, you get a chance to be added into our course catalog. And as you can see, as Travis also said here, listen, Dr. Fox is the man that's going to put you in the digital box. And that's a good place to be. You see, I was rhyming, Travis. Dr. Fox put you in a digital box. That's a good one. I was looking for that. So anyways, you got to be in the digital box here, whether you're teaching blockchain, master sales, empowered leadership, it doesn't matter. I'm very excited to announce, here's my course in human behavior psychology. There's so many others. One of my very dear friends, the COO of the company on empowered leadership, Ms. Belinda Lee, and so many more. There's so many other ladies, as you can see, so many different languages that is on here. My good friend, Mr. Robert Raymond Riopel, the authority key, right? Gary Vaca with Why Power, Darren Kidd with the ultimate guide to network marketing. There's so many. And a positive mental attitude from Dave Doyle. I haven't said anything, but you saw I had the emoji going on with Dr. Travis Fox over there because he's on the academy as well. Listen, you guys don't want to miss out this, and you also don't want to miss out being on the academy yourself. So I just wanted to give you kind of a quick glance through. Another one of our dear friends, Mrs. Carrie Weber Young and Cindy Wang, just an amazing lineup. So let's say, for example, this is your course, like it is Robert's course. One of the things you're going to be submitting is your pictures. And the reason for that is so that we can put you and brand you and show you his course on the authority key. The first here tells all about it. Then it shows the different modules inside the course as you go. And then when we get to the back, you get to see where Robert's from. It tells more about Robert and gives you the opportunity to connect to Robert. So as we go through, this tells more about our community, because as you'll see more on the business side, we talk about our social media platform, which is one of the other golden engines we are developing and building. So this gives someone, imagine it within our community, we have our own social media platform, much like Facebook, but better, based on growth and development for you. So this is a little bit of Super B's profile, shows all the course on the left-hand side, the courses that she's enrolled in, where she can comment and post and share, but it's just amazing. This is what her dashboard looks like. It displays, shows you here her achievements, different posts that she's done so far, the courses she's in, amount of hours that she's looked at, and all the different things that she can do through what? The gamification process, because we make it fun, shows the activity, and then it shows the percentage of each course that she's going through, the modulated courses that are there, the percentage that she's actually watched, so she knows from her back dashboard how much is left, but what she's also learning, people she's following or who's following her. This is one of my favorite parts because it has a notebook section where you can take notes and travel. Imagine if you log in with your phone and you take notes wherever you go, your notes never leave you. You go to some of the live events, because those of you who are speakers, authors, trainers, entrepreneurs, or platform speakers, you'll be able to attend some of our live events. And we're going to be doing 2 to 4 of them around the world. Imagine now speaking to thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of our audiences that you don't have to pay for anything else. You just show up, become a rock star. They're taking notes continuously, meeting you and having a chance to work with you. Here's another one. I want to go a little deeper inside what the courses actually looks like. And again, with Darren Kidd about his course, The Ultimate Guide to Network Marketing. I remember my very first network marketing company I built in. I learned everything from Darren. So to see his course here, and I don't have to pay to fly and meet him every time like I did before, spending thousands of dollars, it is amazing to have his entire philosophy inside our platform. So when you look at it, you look at the path. Here, the path is basically the modules in the course where someone that gets on, and then you go through and you learn from where Darren is at. You see your position in there. Learners tells you who else is learning the course at the same time. But the most important part is this. In the discussions portion, you can take screenshots, send images, send URLs, break the silence, talk to other folks, take polls. The instructor, which is you, would also have the opportunity to participate. Oop, did I say that? Yep. Participate with the students, with our clients, so that if they want to work with you closer, they have the freedom to do so. Again, no other platform does this. And listen, I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence, but if you don't see the power behind this, you don't know how powerful this really is, because no other company does this. No other platform does this. No platform or company gives you access, in a sense, to their list. We're giving you access to our list of qualified people who are seeking your content. I'll leave that there as we move on. But let's say they wanted to just reach out to you because Darren had submitted his Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and other social media handles and website. That person can say, you know what, let me click on Darren's Facebook. Boom. Now they're connected with Darren. And since they're going to connect with Darren, they can build a relationship with him directly, learn more about him and what he does. And as an entrepreneur, this is what is called the automatic upsell to your programs is built into our community just for you. You want to talk about never doing Facebook ads, YouTube ads, or all the other crazy ads that's out there? All you need is a little bit of a sprinkle of ASCIRA in your life and your business will be skyrocket to the whole other level. So as you stay tuned to see what's coming, that was basically the front end. The front end is our part here to reach out to the speakers, authors, entrepreneurs like yourself to show you how you can position yourself. What I want to do is transition a little bit into the business opportunity that tells you how you can literally profit with us. So again, I'm going to take another 2 minutes of your time to watch this with you. Now, I must forewarn you that you're going to get a little excited from watching this. I also must forewarn you that I'm going to get excited after this is finished. So once I come back on, I might be moving my mouth 30 miles per second, but I'm going to promise myself, I'm going to meditate for the next 2 minutes to slow down when we get started. So let's jump.
The world is evolving rapidly in ways never before experienced. People all over the planet are consumed with new technologies, applications, and social media. The internet today offers many opportunities to generate online passive income, but for most, it's just a dream. What if you were connected to a system, training, and support with experts that can show you the way, guide you step by step how to generate extra income, and help you secure your financial future? For the first time ever, people just like you, your neighbors, family members, friends, and coworkers can learn how to have a positive real-life transformation and get paid at the same time. Discover ASCIRA, the company for the people. A social lifestyle community with a vision to connect beyond 1 billion people around the world to give them access to knowledge, skills, training, and confidence to gain financial freedom and abundance right now. In just a few weeks, many people in ASCIRA in different countries are earning an additional income working from home right now. Whether you are just a beginner or you're a seasoned professional, we believe that you will appreciate this amazing opportunity. Are you ready for a life-changing experience? Join ASCIRA today and be part of the Beyond 1 Billion vision. Contact the person who sent you this video and discover now how you can have everything you need to create the lifestyle of your dreams.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, I said I was going to be excited, but I did meditate for that 2 minutes looking at it to calm myself down. Because let me give you a little bit of context before I jump into the opportunity here. For those of you who don't know me, what Fasana probably didn't share when she introduced me earlier is this. I own, well, now 7 companies. It was 8 up until yesterday. My wife and I just closed the door to my clothing line, which, by the way, was netting us about roughly close to 11 million. Let's just call it $10 million a month for the last 7 years. We just closed the doors to that company. So we can spend some time building ASCIRA, because what I love more than that clothing line is the opportunity to change people's lives. That's my passion. So you saw the first half, which was the opportunity to be able to position and market yourself and brand yourself globally. I haven't been branding myself globally for the last 5 to 7 years. And I decided to do that just about a year ago. And that's why Fasani and I had launched the Outcomes and Breakthrough Mastermind, and I was doing it the old-fashioned way. Well, welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen, where you can travel to 55 countries around the world in one day and not get on an airplane. And this is the opportunity to help you do so. So amongst all the other companies that I have, I love the ability to inspire people and share my message. So we're going to talk about the opportunity here, because the opportunity is very important. And here's the deal. An opportunity is only an opportunity if you seize that opportunity. And this for you may or may not be the right time, right place, or right company, but I promise you this, for me, it is. I have a 5-year plan on how I'm going to build a $64 million residual business using this model and this company. And you're going to see why I'm excited, because more than anything with income, for me, when I discovered what residual income was, I realized I would go to a brick wall to do it. So if you've ever thought about working from home with those you love the most and be recognized for the work you do and actually become financially free, if you haven't been before, or you have and you're just looking to put another income stream and gain a deeper level of financial freedom and travel the world, well, you might be in the right place right now taking a look at this opportunity. Even though many of us are not traveling as much right now, thanks to COVID, we're going to give you the opportunity when the world opens back up to travel and save up to 70%. So let's jump into it. So here's why I was so excited. See, the third, what I call golden arena here, or golden engine, which is leadership training and development, which is over $366 billion a year, meaning that it's over $1 billion per day in this industry, was what we talked about the last 27 minutes. This is our core product, leadership and training. Definitely don't need to talk about e-commerce, which was 29 trillion pre-COVID. Now it's more closer to $80 trillion. And that's in the last 4.5 months alone. Why? Because the world shut down and everyone is either shopping on Facebook, Amazon, or Alibaba, or Google. No one is going to many. My wife, we even shop groceries online, which is insane. And here's the thing about us as human beings. Once the mind expands, it never retracts. Even when the world opens up, most of us will still find it convenient to go and shop online and in the stores. So we also have bridged the e-commerce platform. We've already secured over 9,000 plus contracts with the same places you shop with to utilize our e-commerce platform. This is a multi-trillion-dollar space. Social media advertising, as I shared earlier, we have our own social media platform, but here's the difference. No one paid you to build Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, or any other social media engine, but we're going to pay our distributors to build our social media platform. Imagine, it's just $1 per person that you bring on board. Well, imagine if you got $1 for every person you brought on board for Facebook. I already have 5,000 friends on Facebook and 9 different Facebook fan pages that has tens of thousands of individuals. I wish Facebook even paid me 10 cents. It would have been a very happy time, right? We've also bridged the network marketing space, which is over 190 billion. And I want to talk to those of you who are not familiar with the industry. Network marketing industry, bridging that also in here is this. Every time the country of the United States or the world economy goes under, the one arena that thrives the most is the network marketing space. Now for the travel, that's an $8.8 trillion space. Most of us love to travel and we want to travel right now, but we can't as much unless you're willing to get on the plane that's now stocked at 75% so we don't cough in anybody's face and give them COVID. But that's okay. You can still travel, and I'll talk to you more about that. So what we're doing, here's what ASCIRA is really doing. The digital and the virtual, we are bridging with the physical realm. To discover this whole new world, COVID forced us into this world, which ASCIRA was already going beyond $1 billion to build. And not beyond $1 billion, beyond 1 billion people in the world. Digitally, we're putting together, because ASCIRA is the company for the people. And when we say for the people, we're talking about for the people to help them grow and become the best versions of themselves. So let me break it down what we're really doing here and go through this really fast. What we're doing is we're bridging those 5 areas in 3 separate phases. The first phase, which we're in right now, initially, that phase was going to be over at the end of June, starting in July. but because COVID has locked down the world, we've extended it, and the company officially launches October 1st. So between now and September, we're still building the global marketing team. So for those of you who are still paying attention with me here, gives you the opportunity now to not only brand yourself, but position yourself to profit with us. Number two, in phase two, we're building a social media platform so that we can dive deeper and bring more of the world on board in our platform to tie into our third phase, which is e-commerce, or AKA online shopping. And this is one of the most powerful engines to be a part of. And as I mentioned earlier before, we're going to be putting the ASCIRA Smart Travel space here with us together so you can discover the new experience of traveling once the world opens back up. So instead of going deep into that and letting you know how you're going to save much with hotels, flights, car rentals, and luxury homes and everything else that you can get from anywhere else, but you save up to 70% doing it, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the last part here that says enjoy loyalty, reward points, and travel more. This is my absolute favorite. Why? Because I love my Hawaiian MasterCards, because that card, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 5 years have been awarding my wife and I 4 first-class round-trip tickets to Hawaii, because we've spent so much money on that card. We spend millions of dollars. Everything from all our businesses is on that card, which means because it's on that card, the points are rewarded and we travel for free. I love to travel. If you love to travel, I'm sure you love to travel for free. That's better. And our physical product, and I realized why I was talking so fast earlier, is because I made my wife a cup of coffee and I took a sip. I don't drink coffee. So now I feel like I'm on, I don't know what I'm on, but I've been racing. That's why I'm drinking this water down. But coffee is a big economic deal. I don't drink coffee. I sipped it today and now I feel like I'm sprinting. But my wife loves coffee and I love my wife. So I buy coffee, right? But imagine being able to earn from every cup as a profit center with your friends. That's very important. So let's talk about the business. You get the opportunity to earn up to 9 different ways with ASCIRA. And those 9 different ways, let me break it down for you even simpler. So the first is personal retail. Each of us understand that. Basically, it's an exchange. So let's use an example. For someone who's a customer that subscribes to our platform, you earn 20% on every customer that you bring in. So the customer acquisition is an essential part of the ASCIRA retail business, and you can actually benefit greatly on that. So very simple. The second part is personal wholesale, and that's for bringing on business partners. There's absolutely no limit to that. You earn up to 15% doing that. So that wholesale bonus, every time you enroll someone personally on the business side as a marketing associate, you get 15% on that. And the third, as you continue to do that, if you bring on board one person and you bring on board another, that means you start to build your own personal team. As I said, there's no limits to your personal team. So the power of earning leveraged income is important. Here's why building a team is very powerful. You earn up to 35% off the efforts of other people's energy than just your own. And I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. As you continue to build your team, then you are able to earn up to 35% in what we call the placement volume bonus as well. Meaning that a team that is being built around you, in spite of you, from those who have partnered with you, is one of the best ways to build. Here's a quick example. I bring on board my dear friend who's excited, and he or she's not building as aggressively as I am, but they get to benefit from other folks that I'm bringing on board who just happens to land on their team. Do you know how powerful this is? And when you're able to earn up to 35% of the efforts of others and not yourself, it's a very beautiful space to be in. The largest space that will earn commission, you'll earn income here with us is, so let me slow down here, is our monthly subscription program. This is basically the YouTube version or the Netflix version of what we're doing. So for every customer that comes on, and here's the deal, 80% of our business will be customers. You earn 35% of that customer base. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Why is it huge? Because it's residual income. It means that For example, if you are participating in Netflix on the business side, you would earn a percentage of what Netflix takes in every month. This is what this is. It's a very beautiful place to be in. And the matching bonus, my absolute favorite. Here's why. Because you get to earn also up to 50%, not only on the individuals that you bring on board, but up to 3 generations, meaning the folks that they brought on board and the folks that they bring on board for 3 generations. Here's a simple version to the real world, what this actually looks like. Let's say you are the manager to a store and you train supervisors who go and train other supervisors who train other supervisors, and you earn up to 50% on those 3 generations. That's how beautiful this is. The 7th way, as you continue to build your team and you're earning from all those ways, you then begin to rise to the rank structures that we have. Just like any other company, you stay long enough, you pay the price long enough, you begin to grow. And as you begin to grow, our rank structure has 15 major parts to them, starting first with what we call bronze. That's just a small team of you building 3 people, and then it continues to grow. But there's a bonus from $250 starting there to $1 million as a Royal Ambassador. And just in the middle, the 6th level, which is the diamond position, which you'll see some more, that's a $10,000 bonus starting there. So you can earn up to $2 million of bonuses here. And this is a one-time bonus, but as you earn, you get promoted to that position in a sense, and you remain at that position before you get to the next one. Then you have the ability from silver and above to earn anywhere from $300 to $10,000 of a monthly stipend. I'm going to pause there. And here's why. When I saw this, I got excited. But when my wife saw it, she got more excited, and she said, this is her bonus. I wish she never saw this one, because now you get to get that money, but I don't. My wife gets it. So imagine, being able to go shoe shopping, because that's what she's mostly going to use it for. And now that we have a younger daughter, it's shoe shopping times 2, which means they're probably going to dip into the 9th, which is my favorite. And that is the diamond global bonus pool. Now, here's what's really key here. This is my absolute favorite, because you then have the ability, once you become a diamond with the company, to earn 3% of ASCIRA's worldwide volume. This is the global pool. 3% of that is divided equally amounts all the diamonds and above. And that bonus is calculated on a monthly basis and paid out quarterly. So it's a nice chunk of change. It's like owning stock in the company without being a shareholder. So the company wants to reward you for that. And on top of all of that, listen, when you work hard, you need to play harder. I like to work. I don't know if you've heard the song, work hard, play hard. Well, we give you the opportunity to play hard with us on the company's dime. There's going to be 3 different layers of peak performance rewards or retreat programs that we have. The first is our regional leadership retreat, which will be in various areas around the world. And then there's the Diamond Summit. For those who have qualified Diamond and above, the next one is in the country of Dubai, which is where the company's headquartered. It'll be so much fun. Once you get to Diamond, this is more of the red carpet. The company will pick you up in the company's limousine from the airport. It'll be such a wonderful life. But those of you who are as ambitious as I am and are continue on into the $1 Million Club, all you have to do is build a business, a total of $1 million of commissions that you earned or beyond. You'll be inducted into the Millionaires Club. You'll have a very well put together tailored jacket to you. This is for both men and women. And this is more of the prestige, kind of the highlight, what my wife would call it, the bougie life, right? So to get started with us, there's really 2 major packs. And as I said earlier, this was available up until June, but because the world has been locked down, we've extended it now all the way to October 1st, or basically September 30th. So this Pro Pack, the value is $1,700. So while we're here in pre-launch, you get a chance to activate all 3 of your business centers with us, 4 months of the ASCIRA Academy, 4 months of the ASCIRA Smart Travel, and 1 convention ticket. And this is upgradable to the Founders Club. Now, what's the Founders Club? I'll talk about that in a second, but here's what I want you to know. for those of you who are seeing this now, if you decide to get on board with us, here's the beauty of this. Your months does not start until October. So the next 3 months is at no cost for you. You still basically, you get 7 free months out of use of this. So this is upgradable to our Founders Club. The Founders Club is limited only to 1,000 individuals. And I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is what I did because to be honest with you, my wife has become bougie over the years. She's laughing because listen, I went from being homeless, broke in the car for 5 years. Then my wife and I built over 30 different companies. We've sold many of them. I just closed one yesterday. We still have 7 multi-million-dollar companies. So she no longer likes that regular life. She likes the bougie life. So this is the bougie pack. If you feel like you're a little bougie like we are, that's okay. You can do this one too. But, you know, to be serious, the reason why I did this is the reason I do anything in life now. And number one, that's really for 2 things, leverage and access. The leverage that you get with becoming a founder, this is limited, like I said, to only 1,000 people. Why? Because it's literally over $100,000 worth of value in this pack getting started in the business. It means that you are locking arms with the company. And for the life of you, every event that the company ever does, you will have free access to all those events for you and a guest. Obviously, my wife will be there with me all the way. You get a chance to activate all 3 of your business marketing centers. You get a founder's pin that identifies you as a founder. So when you show up at one of our large events, when there's 20, 30,000 individuals, if you've ever been to an event that's 5,000 or more, you know you're standing in line for hours. This is front of the line. As one of our family members say, this is where you just get to walk in like a boss, right? You get priority access to customer service. And then the most important part is the invitation to the rank qualified training events. This is basically getting invited to all the company's masterminds with the founders and above at no cost to you for the rest of your life. And then 18 months access to the academy, 12 months access to the smart travel, and none of that starts until October. So it's an amazing value for the $5,000. So if you're looking at this right now, there's really one major way to get involved with us, and that's to decide if you want to be able to help us build either just your brand or build the brand of ASCIRA and your brand to be able to partner with us. But what I wanted to do is this. The young lady that introduced me earlier, she didn't say too much about herself. So I got a chance to brag on her for a second because Miss Fasana Patel, she's down to earth, loves helping people, knows a lot of the information. But before that happened, and I have to tell you guys the truth, I have to tell you the truth, before that happened, as my CEO, when I shared this with her, she looked at me, she's like, Dr. O, for real? Are you kidding me? Listen, because she's like, I poured my heart out and we built the Outcomes and Breakthrough Mastermind in 6 months to 335%. That company took off. And she's like, do you want to, basically she says, or my wife said, it's like making her a single mom with 2 kids. And she was like, yeah, you're right about that, Anna. I was like, they're both ganging up on me. But then she saw the opportunity and she says, you know what, I'm in. So Fasana, what was it that changed your mind and made you say, you know what, I'm actually going to do this with you?
Well, I mean, after a presentation like that, I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. First of all, Dr. O, Travis, thank you guys so much for such an incredible presentation. I think that my excitement, along with this family's excitement, just continues to grow as we hear both of you speak about the opportunity that we have to offer. And you know, as a life coach, I am incredibly passionate and obsessed about personal growth, mindset, leadership, holistic living. And I truly believe that each and every one of us on this planet as human beings have infinite potential within us. We have the opportunity to grow into the best versions of ourselves, and we can do that faster together. And so as a millennial life coach, I've been leveraging my social media accounts for the last several years to put my message out there, to share authentically, you know, in front of the camera, behind the scenes with my audience, to teach them as much as I can about mindset, growth, and how they can get to their next level of growth and achievement in their life. And so when things finally clicked for me, I guess you could say, I was 100% in. It was a no-brainer. I've had the dream and desire to have a globally recognized brand for about 10 years now. And so ASCIRA was just the answer to my prayers, and I didn't even know it. So thank you to Obom and Anna for explaining it to me in depth so that it really made sense, because this is truly exciting. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're watching this, like we said before, you have a message to share with the world. You are here for a reason, and that reason is so much bigger than ourselves. And so to be partnered with people like Mr. Travis Fox and Dr. Obom Bowen and all of the other incredible leaders that are part of ASCIRA, it's a blessing and it is a huge advantage. And so if it weren't for ASCIRA, we wouldn't all be here today with this opportunity. So that's a little bit about why I decided to get involved and stay involved, and why I'm excited to grow with this company, and of course go shoe shopping with Anna and Travis and Obom and everyone else who's coming in Dubai in October. So once again, Obom, thank you so much for that incredible presentation. Those videos just get us really energized. So
absolutely. So here's,